Hello friends, welcome to this tutorial. Friends, have you ever think if you are going to change a single digit in your financial model or budgeting, what would happen to your results? Well, data tables can give you different scenarios based on the change of input values. Data tables are two-dimensional, a single data table and two data tables, meaning thereby you can change a single input value and you can observe scenarios. And the second option, you have to change more than one single value and then explore the different scenarios or the outcomes based on changing the input values. You might be a real estate investor, a financial analyst, or anybody who is going to create a budget or forecasting. You are an accountant or engineer, whoever you are, it will help you a lot making decision making. It gives you ideas, it gives you options based on the input values. You can manipulate the input values to see different results. So today in this tutorial I'll be focusing on data tables. Data table is one of the feature of WhatIfAnalysis. There are basically three main types of WhatIfAnalysis in Excel. One is goal seek, scenarios, and data tables. I'll be focusing on data tables in this video tutorial. Friends, if you find this video tutorial helpful, consider subscribing to my channel and share it with your friends and colleagues so that the knowledge is spread all over and everyone can benefit from it. I also appreciate your feedback. Please take a moment to engage with me in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Now let's move to the screen. Let's assume that we are going to buy an educational insurance plan from EFU Life Insurance Limited, and this plan assumes that we are going to buy this plan for next 15 years, and the monthly premium payment of this plan is 10,000, and rate of return for this fund is, let's assume that 7%. Okay, so kind of a plan that you are going to buy, and you can yourself make a working that if you are going to buy this plan and you are giving every month 10,000 as a premium, after 10 or 15 years how much money you will have in your plan, providing that 7% or 8% or whatever the percentage of return per annum is offered to you. So now let's use the power of data table to find out how much money we will have after a certain period of time that we are expecting to buy the plan for. Now this minus value shows that it is a cash outflow, so that's why we mention this value with negative sign. Number of years is basically the period for which you are going to buy the plan. Returns per annum is 7%. Now we have to find the future value after 15 years, meaning thereby that after 15 years how much money you will have based on the monthly 10,000 amount and 7% per annum return equal future value FV. So first of all, you have to take this rate of return, but this is per annum. You have to divide it by 12 to consider it or to convert it into monthly. Then you need how many number of periods are there. So this is 15 years multiplied by 12. That will convert into the months, and this is the monthly payment that you are planning to make. Then you don't need to add any other things. Close this function, enter. So this is the amount that you will have after 15 years. Let's convert into PKR. Okay, so we will have after 15 years 3.1 million rupees. Now based on this function for the valuation, now we will have the input values of rate of return and number of years. So now we wanted to give multiple rate of return to the assumptions and would like to explore how much money we would have if we change the rate of return. For that, we will use the data table technique. For that reason, we have to first of all pick this value. So we will take this value as our base value, and now we will assume different rates of return. For example, 4%, 5%, and let's assume until 12%. Okay, now we will use the data table technique here to see how the different scenarios will appear based on the input values changing constantly. Now we will go to the data, WhatIfAnalysis, data table. But before that, you have to select this data, including the reference value based on the function data table. Now you have to give the reference. So in our case, we are going to get the values based on different rate of interests, which are in the column form, not in the rows. So row input cell will remain empty, but in case of column input cell, we will give this rate of return on the basis of which we have these results. So we will give this rate of return as a reference. This is our input value. Okay, and you can see that we have different values or results or outcomes based on the different rate of returns. Let's change the currency symbol to PKR. See this? We have various results or the outcomes, so we can figure out that on the basis of different rate of returns we can achieve a certain amount at the end of 15 years. So years are not changed, they are constant, but the rate of returns are changing. This is a kind of table that we are changing one input value. Now let's see if we change more than one input value. So now we are going to see if we change the years and the rate of return both. Let's take this example forward. As a reference, we will get this value here. Now we will change the years and put the years on the row form. For example, we take the year from 5, then 10, 15 and 20, and the rate of return, let's say we do 2%, 4%, 5%, 7%, 10% and 12%. Now we want to get the results based on two input values, changing two input values. For example, if we assume that we are going to invest for 5 years on the basis of 2% rate of return, 10 years on the basis of 2% rate of return, and so on. So select this range of table, go to data, WhatIfAnalysis, data table. Now we have two options. Number one, row input cell. We have in the rows years, select this one. In the column, we have the rate of interest or rate of return, this one. Okay, so we have the results here. Now you can see that when we assumed originally 15 years and 7% interest rate, 7% and 15 years, this is 3.1 million, this is 3.1 million. And now we can take our decision, either we are going for 5 years, 10 years plan, 15 or 20 years plan based on the multiple interest rates. Maybe EFU offering you 7% interest rate and some other insurance companies offering you 9% or 10% for the same 15 years. So you can have the better idea which investment is comparatively stronger and better compared to the other, and you can make a partial decision or an efficient decision based on the outcomes and changing the different scenarios. So data table is a strong technique that can help you make a very good decision. So friends, based on the data table results, by changing different values, you can make a decision, either you are going to invest in a particular plan or not, and you can compare investment in two different companies and you can take a decision, either you are going to invest in company A or company B based on the rate of returns and number of years, keeping them constant, and see that which of the company is offering you the better outcomes or the better returns. This is for today, and I hope this video tutorial will help you a lot in your career and decision making. Thank you so much.